All right, guys, this video is taking me a long time to make, but I think it's finally time I come out with my, you know, experience. Basically, I want to be the emperor of the universe. I want to be the emperor of Earth, and I want to be the emperor officially. I already am, to my own liking, the emperor of everything, but I would like to be it officially. All right, so I wrote some notes. Basically, I went to college and the COVID-19 pandemic hit, and I had no choice but to go through college with a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety from people dying, news constantly giving us alerts, people on high alert, and in class, the teachers would just doodle stuff on the board, and it was just hard to pass my courses. So I ended up dropping out of college, and I was stuck in my dorm in NJIT, and my only option was to stream. I couldn't really find a job nearby, and uh, you know, I felt like I wanted to play my video game to the highest degree at the time, Super Smash Brothers Melee. So I decided to pursue that endeavor, because my mom had enough money to support me while I was in college. Money wasn't a huge issue. I didn't have that much. Anyways, I started to stream, and in my dorm, I I basically only had one person to stream to, and I didn't know how to grow my stream. I didn't know how to seek support in helping me get my stream to be the most unique and the most profitable business model. So I decided to just talk to this person. And I really came across this idea to just make movies. And I do feel like I must have streamed before because I knew how to do it. And the first idea was just to make a movie to see if this person might actually help me, in making the movie. And when I said the idea, I verbalized the script, that movie was made. And at that point, I'm like, whoa, I might be talking to a really powerful person, and I got nervous, and I started to think, what else can I do to make this work, to make this work for myself, for me to maybe grow my stream, maybe meet new people, maybe get my name out there, maybe in the future create a video like this where I can show my genius intellect, and show what I'm really capable of. So I decided to pursue that, and it led to the craziest adventure I've ever experienced in my whole life, and it was really beautiful. But this is all the stuff that happened because of that. All right. That's basically the sum up of what happened and why I'm making this video. All right. Basically, I had an anonymous help in doing all these things, uh, and I want to make note that part of something is that something. So when I say I made something, I took part in the making of it, so therefore I made it, and that's why I wanted to vocalize that. All right. All right. And I do believe that everything is everything, but we should talk in practical knowledge, practical words. We shouldn't just say we are something when we're not. But then again, I do that all the time. So what am I talking about? But basically, I like to talk practically, and talk honestly and talk realistically, and tell the truth. And everything is everything. So there's there's like probably one actual lie in this world, but we lie practically all the time, you know. All right, but this is the truth, you know. I made 100 plus movies and TV shows, you know, more movies than TV shows, and I made a lot of video games. I helped Trump get elected. I basically thought he could work as a president, and I decided let's help him get elected, you know. And that's not the best comment to like tell everyone, but that's what happened, you know. I made memes and videos for Instagram. I helped streamers and YouTubers make money. I created a vaccine for COVID-19. I made a lot of songs, especially for famous artists. And I created the time machine. And above everything else, I saved the most amount of lives in human history by a human being, you know? And this is the truth, you know? And you're saying, Ethan, how the hell do you expect people to believe you? You know, and how do you prove this to be true? Well, to that I say, I made the most advanced computer that can track every event that ever happened in human history as it simulates the universe like a video game. And then you're probably asking, so uh how do would you communicate with a computer like that? You can ask that question. And basically I'm going to say I made a robot like Sophia, you know, and it looks like Sophia, you know, that can process all that information in order for me to ask it questions and communicate its results like to humans, you know. So basically, I asked it some questions, you know, and I do believe that this robot actually exists and it could help this world a lot. And basically, if you ask this robot any question, it'll tell you the exact truth um, of any event that ever happened in our human history, you know? So that should clear up a lot of confusion, a lot of the drama in this world, a lot of the crime, you know, and it should prove my innocence and my word of mouth that I actually did all these things that I'm trying to say I did. All right. So please leave comments in the video and tell me what you think. You know, tell me if I'm just crazy. Tell me if I'm a liar. If you think I'm a liar, you know, tell me if I should do something better. Tell me what I did wrong. Tell me where I can be the most beneficial. Because I think if I'm the emperor of the universe officially, I can do a lot of great things for this world. And I think we can get rid of all this division and all this separation that we live in this world that we deal with on a daily basis. All right. But that was a really hard video to make, you know, and thank you for watching. You know, I really appreciate you guys and I love you. And I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.